Terri Post, and I'm a licensed EMT who does not have a job. Go to an occupation, any occupation, and ask 10 different people why they're here, you're probably going to get 10 or more different answers. But there's two things that we all agree on, and that's that the system is broken and it needs to be fixed. The CEOs that make $1 million and multi-million-dollar bonuses every year for companies that are obviously failing get tax breaks, and they pay a lower percentage of their income for taxes than I pay for mine. It's the first time in American history since the Great Depression that my generation's age group cannot reasonably expect that my children are going to have a better life than I have. Worcester has a very large percentage of homes that have been foreclosed on, and foreclosed on illegally. We have the Worcester anti-foreclosure team that is working very closely with the Occupy movement here to try and stop that from happening and keep people in their homes. Because the banks that issued the illegal loans, knowing that these people could never pay them back, no longer own the deed. They have sold them off to some investment group that has no legal right to have the deed to that property. And these people are kicking people out on the streets. When we first moved from Lake Park down here to Lincoln Square, in the first 5 hours we had 5 sets of police officers come approximately every hour, and there was always at least 2 cruisers at a time when they came, and every set of police officers that came in that first 5 hours gave us a different set of rules and regulations that we were supposed to adhere to. Over the next week or so after that point, every time there was a shift change, the chief of police or the senior ranking officer that was on duty for the police sent over at least 1 cruiser and gave us a new set of arbitrary rules that could not be upheld or shown to us in any way, shape, or form that it was an actual city ordinance that we had to follow. And every time they came by, it was a different rule that they would tell us. And this was all coming down from the city manager, who doesn't want us here. He refuses to allow anybody in the city government to speak to us, and he claims that it's because we've already had conversations with them. But those conversations have never taken place. We tried to address city council, and we were basically shot down. So apparently the government in the city of Worcester doesn't think that it's important for our First Amendment right to free speech to be protected. That's part of what we're trying to fight against here in the city of Worcester. People ask me why I occupy, and I have to tell them that it's because we don't need to stand for this anymore, and people all over the country are saying we've had enough and something has to be done. We're not giving up. We're not going home. And we're not going to stop until things get better.